Newton's first law states that an object in motion will stay in motion, and an object at rest will stay at rest unless acted on by a net force. Newton's first law shows that an object that is not moving remains at rest until something changes its motion, like a push or pull. Likewise, an object in motion will keep its movement until a push or pull acts on it. Newton's first law is called the law of inertia, which is the tendency of an object to resist a change in motion. The more mass an object has, the more inertia it will have. Newton shows through his first law that all objects have an inertia and will try to maintain their current motion. An example of this law could be a ball that is being kicked. The ball will want to stay in its place, but an outside force, which would be the foot, will overcome its inertia and move the ball elsewhere, giving it a different motion. The second law of Sir Isaac Newton states that the force of an object is equal to its mass times its acceleration. Newton's second law shows that a change in motion only occurs if a net force is exerted on an object. A net force acting on an object causes the object to accelerate by changing its velocity, and if a net force acts on an object, the change in velocity will be in the direction of the net force. Newton's second law also shows that the acceleration of an object after being acted on by a net force is dependent on the object's mass. The more mass or inertia an object has, the harder it is to accelerate. From this you can conclude that if two objects, one heavier and one lighter, were acted upon with the same amount of force, the lighter one would have more acceleration. We can demonstrate this with a tennis ball and a volleyball. If you try to play tennis with a volleyball, the ball won't go very far because of its mass, but if we hit the smaller ball with the tennis racket, the ball will have a greater acceleration. Newton's third law states that every action has an equal and opposite reaction. Newton shows that when one object exerts a force on a second object, an equal and opposite force is applied by the second object to the first. We have two different names for these forces. The force being exerted by the first object is called the action force, and the one being exerted by the second object is called the reaction force. We can demonstrate this by balancing a ball. The force exerted by the hand of the person balancing the ball pushes the ball downward towards the ground. When the ball hits the ground exerts that force back onto it. So the ground exerts the same force back, so the ball leaves the ground again and bounces back upward.